Hello. I get asked questions all the time. Lots of great questions. But it's funny because I get asked the same three questions an awful lot. And these same three questions are ones that I don't often give a full answer to. And there's different reasons for that. And as we go through the questions, I'm going to give you a full answer now today. And I'll explain why I haven't given a full answer before. So the first question I get asked all the time, probably every day, if we take into consideration the messages that come through social media, is how long do I spend in the ice? Because I do spend some time every day in an ice bath, or maybe in the sea, but more than likely in the ice bath. So with the cold, less is definitely more. You know, we don't need to spend, you can hear me walking through the water there. You don't need to spend a whole load of time in the cold. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time in the ice. You're looking to get in there and get your breath under control. And once your breath is under control and you feel that sense of calm and peace in the chaos of the cold, then you're getting all those great benefits and you can come out. But occasionally you want to explore a little further. And it's not the case that there's lots of extra benefits for staying at longer time. It's more a case of self-exploration and exploration of the mind. So for me, I do lots of short ice baths every day, especially if I'm busy. So I might get in once or twice per session. I might spend a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes each time. But then every now and then, maybe every couple of weeks, I might spend 10 minutes in there. Now there's not loads of extra physical benefits to spending 10 minutes in comparison to 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but there is mental benefits. Your resilience builds up. You find out a lot about yourself when you're in the ice for a little bit longer. But I do it always, again, you'll hear me walking through the water now. I do it always respectfully and gradually. And Josie, my wife, she's often there as well, just keeping an eye on me. So always be careful and respectful of the cold if you're staying more than a couple of minutes in it, and always have somebody with you as well. And if you don't know how to warm up afterwards, then you better go and find out how to do that. Come along to one of my workshops and I'll show you. So the reason I don't talk about the longer periods of time in the ice that often is because, you know, human nature as human nature is. Some people might say, oh, Níall said spend 10 minutes in the ice bath, so I'm going to spend 10 minutes in the ice bath. And that is definitely not a good thing to do. So that was the question I get asked the most, and I don't usually give that full answer. So the second question I get asked a lot is, how do I stay calm all the time? Of course, the full answer to that question is that I don't stay calm all the time. I, like you and everybody else, face days and times when I feel overwhelmed or under pressure, and I feel angry or whatever it is. But I definitely now feel like I have the skills to deal with that pressure when it comes. And I do often feel very calm. And I do often feel quite peaceful. You're going to hear the water again as I walk through it. And oftentimes in very high pressure situations, and I do, like everybody else, I face stress, sometimes a savage amount of stress. But I do sometimes surprise myself at how calm I am in these extraordinarily stressful situations that I face. And I'm not going to go into the gory details. Everyone has their own stressful situations. But I do surprise myself sometimes at how calm I am in those situations. But that doesn't come just by itself. It's not some kind of magic. The things that help me deal with stress and deal with fear and deal with those anxious thoughts are, you know, there's a few layers to them. So the first is a little bit of meditation every day. I feel that our mind, if we allow it to, it can get tangled up in all the types of knots. And I think meditation, no matter what type of meditation it is, and there are lots of types of meditation kind of untangles that knot of the mind. So you just need a little bit every day. And of course, breathing is a huge part of it. I said to Josie just the other day, what would we do without breathing every day? And I don't mean the 20,000 times a day that you breathe. I mean those 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day we take to breathe with intent and to breathe with focus. You know, and that's part of the reason that I launched this week our new online course called Free from Stress and Anxiety, because that little time spent breathing every day really helps us deal with those pressures. So if you're interested in that, just check the link below, or if you're on Instagram, check the link up in the bio. But also there's another little trick that I use to stay calm, which is the plants that grow around us. So there's things that you can drink or consume every day that'll also keep that nervous system of yours nice and calm. So if I'm feeling extra stressed, I will definitely make strong chamomile tea using not tea bags if I can, but actually real dried flowers, and I'll drink that when it cools down during the day, and that really helps as well. So that's the answer to that one, and I don't usually go into that much depth because it takes a little while to answer such a question. And the final question I get asked all the time, and I don't usually give a full answer to, is, do you get sick? The short and full answer to that is, I haven't been sick in probably 5 or 6 years since I started doing the Wim Hof Method, since I started using my breath and the cold every day to boost my immune system and just take control of how I feel and think. And I don't really say that very often, because when I do, it sounds a little bit like boasting, like, oh, I haven't been sick in ages. And that's why I don't usually kind of answer it that way, but it's true though. And in those 5 or 6 years, I had food poisoning once, and then I used the breathing and the cold, and I got over it quite quickly. So when I talk about sick, I mean things like anything else. And for me, that's a huge achievement, because you can hear me walking through the water, because I used to have asthma, and I'd be sick with colds and flus and chest infections all the time. So that's a massive change for me. And if you're an Irish person watching this, you might have had a similar reaction to lots of Irish people when I say, oh, I haven't been sick in years. They touch wood, as if I'm going to jinx myself. So I used to not say it to people, because it used to make them a little bit kind of, I don't know, a bit nervous, and they'd, oh, don't jinx yourself, you might get sick now. And I feel that even if I do get sick, now I have the tools to deal with it. So if I ever feel a little bit of something coming on and I don't really feel myself, or I feel a little bit down, I just do more breathing and I rest more. And then it doesn't take long for the body and mind to come back up, come back to its natural state. So there you have it. They are the 3 big questions that I am asked all the time. And there you also have my full answers.